Good morning and welcome back to Business Beyond the Beach in partnership with our friends here at Miami Community Newspapers and generously sponsored by Maman. They are our coffee sponsor for this series. They have an incredible location in the heart of South Beach at Sunset Harbor. My name is Brittnie Bassant. I'm the president and CEO of the Miami Beach Chamber of Commerce, and today I'm here with Bernie, the one and only Bernie from Café Bernie. Bernie, it's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much for this delicious coffee.
Well, thank you to
Exactly
Maman.
what I needed. Maman.
Yeah,
thank
Maman.
you.
Thank you to Maman. Okay, so you need no introduction. I mean, you were just like a local celebrity.
I'm so excited, really, right now.
Yeah, this is amazing. So if you don't know Café Bernie, we love Café Bernie. It's just like this. I hate saying that it's a best kept secret of Miami Beach, but it is. It's a local spot. It's a great place. It's this waterfront location. It's an absolute gem. So tell me all about this concept. Like, what inspired you to start it? The journey in creating Café Bernie. You know, you're an accomplished chef, but walk me through that.
You know, whenever you decide on opening up your own place, it's always to do something crazy. So I got this opportunity. You know, I found this spot. They had put a notice out that the spot was available. It's in the back of a condominium.
5600 Collins.
5600 Collins.
Because you're all going to go there.
And it was right after the pandemic. Actually, the pandemic was still going on. They made me a really sweet deal. And I said, you know what? This might be that local spot that every chef dreams of. You know, that it's like a neighborhood spot, a neighborhood gathering. I mean, the same surprise and awe that everyone gets when they show up there, that you got, that all of my friends got when they first showed up and said, oh my God, this is a really killer spot, because it's kind of like a hidden speakeasy in the back, right? Mm-hmm. So you show up at this condominium out front, right? And you don't even know where you are. You think you might be in the wrong place. And they send you down the hall to your left and you're walking. And then when you get there, you get the biggest surprise. You're like, oh my God, I can't believe this cool little spot is back here in the back of a condominium. And more than that, I can't believe they're not like on every block. So it was really unique. It was in Mid-Beach. I lived in Mid-Beach. And I thought if there was ever a time to, open up a little local spot and put your name on it, this was the spot. And it's been 5 years, but it's starting to feel like it's been there forever, right?
Yeah. And that's
really what we want.
Gorgeous. Like I said, it's this waterfront location. It's absolutely beautiful. And Café Bernie has mastered the art of having a really elevated experience while also being so warm and friendly and inviting. And so tell me a little bit about how you've been able to find that balance and what are the signature hospitality touches that you've put, because you've been in the industry for such a long time.
Oh my. Well, first and foremost, to be able to compete in a world of giant hotels and tourist traps and Lincoln Road and Ocean Drive, you've got to offer something that's not expected, that's not corporate, that's really family style, family owned, mom and pop, whatever you want to call it. All of our employees are like that. They work there because they love working there. They love being part of it, and it shows. You know, we like to call ourselves for locals by locals, and it's amazing how our staff, who's been there for a long time, knows everybody's names, people that come back. And of course, if you're visiting the area, it's one of the spots you really need to visit if you want a full Miami Beach experience, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, how many Miami Beach restaurants are there? There's thousands of restaurants, and you can go to Italian, French, and sushi, everything you can think of.
Any genre you can think of.
Like a good local spot.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not going to put myself in the same category as Joe's, but Joe's is that very special local spot that's been here for 120 something years, still family owned. But outside of that, can you name me one more? I can't even think of one right now. So we wanted to be just not Joe's, but Bernie. And certainly our attitude and our experience is completely unpretentious.
Yes.
And that's what I insist, because there's so much pretense in this business, and especially in South Beach. So I like to describe it as casual. Okay. And casual means that you're so good at what you do that it looks like you're not even trying. Right. And that's casual. We're not stuffy. We're not, we don't have this canned, experience for you, but we know what we're doing. Our stuff is good. It doesn't have to be served on fancy chairs and fancy tables and fancy silverware. I love that we use inexpensive silverware.
I absolutely love that. Like I said, you've struck this amazing balance with providing a really, really, really good quality product while still maintaining this warm, beautiful, welcoming atmosphere. And again, it's a local spot. It's a place to be. Everyone, maybe I might get some heat from saying this. We don't want to say like Café Bernie can become the Joe's of Mid Beach. You've got Joe's in South Beach. You compare yourself and you can be the Joe's of Mid Beach because it's a great neighborhood, great area. It's very local centric. And so we love having you there because I'm a Mid Beach resident too. So it's easy for me to pop on over. Now we can't talk about, every time I walk into a restaurant and I have the pleasure of like meeting the owner or even just talking with some of the staff, I always say, what's your favorite dish on the menu? And so I can't have you sitting here next to me and not ask you, what's your favorite dish on the menu?
Oh, whenever anybody's ever asked me that, I always say the same thing. I always say the one that sells the most.
Oh my goodness. No. Okay. So I have two. What's your favorite dish and what's like the must try? Because maybe they're different.
Okay. Oh, that's okay. Two good questions. Let's see. Right now, this is something I've always wanted to do. I don't know why we've never done this, but we serve a South Florida style clam chowder.
Okay. That
we call Miami clam chowder. And it's just a big giant bowl of clams in this light seafood clam broth that's really like the best clam chowder you've ever had. My favorite is, every night we have pompano. It's an amazing local fish, and I don't know why it's not exploited more, but it is the most delicious fish. We serve a whole fish. And it is really quite an experience. We grill whole pompano. I'd say that's the must try.
Interesting. So, of course, I've been to Café Bernie. I've had the pleasure of dining at your restaurant multiple times. And you did mention two of my favorite dishes because, guys, the fish and chips at Café Bernie. Oh my goodness. Like truly some of like the best fish and chips I've ever tried. And then I'm going to mess it up because I don't know what the official name is on the menu, but like the seafood rice paella situation.
Yes. Good item.
That is incredible.
Really good.
Like,
You're
those
talking
are my
about the arroz con marico, which is a classic
That's why I said I was going to mess it up. Like I was like the seafood rice.
You know what? Seafood rice is something you got to try when you go there.
So good.
And one of my favorite...
The flavor, it's so flavorful.
One
Bernie,
of my favorite restaurants in the world is in London, and they're famous for their fish and chips. And when I got back to Miami, I said, I'm going to make a better fish and chips because here in Miami, we fry snapper, and it's more delicious than that. Yes. And it's fried Florida red snapper with chips. It's really good.
Oh my God.
Homemade tartar sauce.
I'm getting hungry. This is so not fair. Okay, we need
right
no. Okay, we need to talk about something else. Okay, so we've talked about how you're this amazing, like watering hole, local spot. I feel like you're becoming more than just like a restaurant. You do a lot of really exciting programming and events, and you're always doing something fun. And we've got Taco Tuesdays. There's like karaoke that you're implementing. There's bingo. Tell me about all of, because it's not just it's an experience. It's a place to go and have a really good time. And so tell me about some of these things.
The story of the cafe has really evolved over the last couple of years. The two managers, Jackie Pommier and Grant, they've really taken on the personality and face of the space. Jackie, his mom is a famous modeling agency. So they put on modeling shows.
Oh.
And they started doing wine tastings and so forth. And what we found was that the more activations we did, the more people liked it, especially locals.
Yeah.
So now they're really on it. We're doing, we've got a disco bingo coming up.
Disco bingo.
So it's music bingo once a month. We have karaoke coming up once a month, wine tasting once a month. So we basically have something programmed every week. Just to invite people in. It's cheap.
And it's an experience. It's more than just like going out and having a meal. You're having an
simple
experience.
Local experience
we love that.
a major commitment.
Without the pomp and circumstance of some of these other places.
Right,
But I
it's just a
love
fun
it.
local
It's
spot.
just a fun place to
You got
be.
to come over for karaoke.
I will definitely be
I've
there
been
for karaoke.
practicing.
You've been what's your go-to karaoke song?
I've got a few.
Oh.
I've got a few.
I guess you'll have to visit on karaoke nights to find out what his song is, guys. Okay, so we'll have to keep something secret. You're such a success story, Bernie, and what you've been able to accomplish. But no success comes without incredible challenges. And you opened this restaurant like during the pandemic, or like right post-pandemic, or right around that time. So of course you face challenges. Is there one that really stands out, like a really tough moment, and how you were able to overcome that you want to share?
Well, I want to share that we were blessed that we started right as the pandemic was opening up, and nobody wanted to sit inside. Everybody wanted to look for an outdoor restaurant. And I remember going out there one day and going, if I put umbrellas out here and tables and chairs out here, I've got a beautiful outdoor restaurant. So it was an instant hit. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
I think that the challenge for us and for people in this business, especially in Miami Beach, having been a veteran of this for 30-something years, is the weather, is the off season and the weather.
Yeah.
The summer is really a challenge.
Because
some summers are more challenging, and some summers you kind of coast through them. But when it's super hot or when it's a rain day, you get rained out. People don't show up to an outdoor
because
restaurant.
one of the biggest perks, one of the biggest attractions and draws of Café Bernie is this beautiful waterfront location.
That's
and
right.
you go at the right time, you get the sunset it's just gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. But you're right. But I think us as Floridians, and specifically like living on Miami Beach, we adapt, and that's what's great about Café Bernie. Like we've talked about, it's not pretentious. You don't have to go there in like a suit or like in your finest. You can go and be casual and be comfortable. And we love that.
I love it when people show up, like tourists show up on a Saturday night in like sandals with shorts and a t-shirt. Like, where else are they going to be able to show up like that? And
Right,
have dinner
absolutely.
in Miami Beach. They'd probably be kicked out everywhere. I love it. I love when they come just like
casual, as you are. Like we're on the beach. It's you have a great
Miami Beach.
You have a great day. You're like you're wrapping up like an amazing beach day, and you swing by Café Bernie. You have an amazing meal. You just mentioned that you love when tourists come in, and we've talked so much about how it's like a local spot. So tell me what you guys are doing to attract and draw more of that tourist market in, because it is an interesting place, right? It's in a condo building. It's off the beaten path. But I want to know just how you're pulling in that demographic.
Well, the first rule of real estate, I think, is location, location, location. And we have a tricky location. We're in the back of a condominium with no sign out front. So yes, we do not rely on walking by traffic. We're not on Lincoln Road. We're not on Ocean Drive. We're in the back of a condo. It is open to the public, right? So how do you find us? Kind of the same way you find that hidden speakeasy, or how do you find, Foxhole or places like that? Google, we leverage as much technology as possible.
Of course.
Okay.
Especially through your chamber membership, because you are proud members of the Miami Beach Chamber of Commerce, and we will help you with all of your marketing and advertising needs.
We absolutely do. But yet you need to really take it on yourself.
Of course.
Whether it be geo-targeting the people at 33140. We spend a lot of time on our SEO, on how, especially Google. Google is where people find you. Now, when you have a cool spot in the back of a building, and you serve good food and good drink, you'd be surprised how the valet guys at the hotels, the word of mouth. So we get the concierge and the valet guys going, there's no place to eat around here. You got to go to Café Bernie. So thankfully, it's really word of mouth. And then again, when you show up there the first time, it's that what they call in marketing, that surprise, that surprise, that on surprise.
That wow factor.
The wow factor when you get there.
Because you feel like you've come across something special. And you have.
It is really cool out there.
Yeah.
You're sitting out on the deck. You're looking over the Indian Creek Waterway. You're looking at the back of the homes on iconic, Pine Tree Drive. So that's all beautiful. It's just space. And then you're watching like boats and yachts go by, or maybe the kids from the rowing club on the weekends.
It's so organic. It's so
There's a
Miami
real
Beach. It's very,
experience.
very, very incredible. I want to talk really briefly because we've talked a lot about the guest experience and what you provide for your guests, and I think it's amazing. But let's talk a little bit about your team at Café Bernie and the culture that you've created at Café Bernie. I mean, I know you pride yourself on having this warm, friendly environment, and you've mentioned your managers, Jackie and Grant, but talk a little bit about the culture and how it shows up every day at Café Bernie.
It couldn't be more family run.
Yeah.
You know, again, I couldn't compete on a corporate level, or even some independent chef-driven level that had, some kind of financing, because I opened this up just on my own, right? Which is pretty unique.
Yeah.
For a chef to just say, I'm just going to do this with my own money
and you
not
are
take
an
any partner.
accomplished chef. I mean, you've won
We've
awards
been doing it for a long time.
across the county for some
Thank
of your
you.
dishes. So
Still
I think you're downplaying
We're
just
still competing.
I know. I mean, don't downplay that, because it's really, truly, like, you're such an accomplished chef, and now you're running this entire restaurant. And when I say, guys, you have to go and check it out. You were missing out. But continue. Sorry, I had to plug you because you're not going to plug yourself.
Well, so as a family, you care. It's amazing. The biggest problem you have in any business, especially the hospitality business, is just like people not showing up for work. People showing up and not caring.
Yeah.
And nobody.
And you don't have that problem.
Nobody ever not shows up for work. These guys cover each other. The one time somebody was really sick and couldn't show up for work, he called and had somebody cover for him. And in the front, it's the same thing. When you run a small operation and you have 3 people working and one doesn't show up, that's a disaster. We've never had that happen in 5 years. And it's because everybody takes ownership and people love it. And honestly, nobody wants to go work anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's a lot of other places to work are not quite as fun.
That says so much. I live by 2 philosophies, and it's nobody accomplishes anything alone, and you're only as good as people that you surround yourself with. And when you have that loyalty from your team, I think that says so much about the place, whether it's a chamber, whether it's a business, whether it's a restaurant. To have that just shows that they're part of something bigger, and I love hearing that. And I can see it and feel it every time that I'm there at the restaurant. So kudos to you.
So simple, but the real ingredient in food, and any grandmother will tell you this, is love.
Oh, I knew you were going to say love. I was waiting for it.
So the guys in the kitchen gotta love it.
Yep.
And you know what? Most restaurants, the guys in the kitchen don't love it.
Well, they love it at Café Bernie, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to wrap up, so I have one last question for you. If you were to look back in your life and have the ability to talk to your younger self, what's the piece of advice that you would give to younger Bernie?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh,
let's see. Buy land west of Lejeune.
Invest in Apple stock. I mean,
maybe buy up as much Amazon as you can, right? And some Apple. Early Apple would have been a big hit too. Let's see. It's funny you say that. At my age, I honestly, I would think that, and I've said this before, I would go back and tell them, make sure you put plenty of sunscreen on.
Oh, okay. That's great advice living in Florida. What about like a personal philosophy or a personal motto that you live by every day that you try to imbue in your daily life, but also in the culture like we talked about at Café Bernie?
I mean, that's a pretty serious question. I would say that I'm blessed. I have no regrets. I can't go back and tell my younger self, hey, do this instead of doing it. You should have been a doctor or whatever. It's when I was a little kid, my mom said, you got to be a chef. You love doing this. Your
mom was the one that said to do it? Oh my God, that's amazing. Did you cook a lot when you were little?
I did not. Yeah. Well, I did for survival.
Oh.
Yeah, we had to cook for survival to eat. But no, I didn't. And I wasn't curated a lot. My mom couldn't cook. So it was just like one of those things that you had to do. And I did it later in life. But I always loved it.
I love how I'm like, last question. I just keep going. Very last question. What's your favorite dish to make as a chef? What is your absolute favorite dish to make?
I like making ceviche.
Oh, ceviche. And the ceviche at Café Bernie. Like I know all of your dishes and it's delicious.
I'll make ceviche out of anything.
Oh. good to know.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, you guys heard it from him. You got great insider information on the next time that you go to Café Bernie or the first time that you go to Café Bernie. Remember, it's at 5600 Collins Avenue. It's going to be a little bit weird when you get there, like we've talked about. It's a residential building, but just walk in, keep going to the back, and then you're going to be greeted with the most amazing experience. Bernie, thank you so much for being on Business on the
Thank
Beach.
you.
This has been another episode in partnership with our friends here at Miami Community Newspapers. You guys stay tuned for another episode next week.